Hello, beautiful soul. My name's Chelsea. I'm an intuitive wellness coach, and I love helping people learn more about the spiritual and energetic aspects about themselves. Because for me, it was honestly life-changing. And today I want to address a question or a concern I hear fairly often, and that is, why would I choose this? So, in other words, if something bad or what we perceive to be bad happens, and we're trying to reconcile with the idea that we chose this life for lessons, it can feel pretty painful and pretty uncomfortable to admit that we would choose something like that we would choose an experience with pain or suffering. And if that is you, or in those moments when you feel that, that's where you go back to a stronger connection. That's where you go back to that trust that it is all playing out for your highest best outcomes. Always for your highest best outcomes. And I want you to think of just a universal source, divine flow of beautiful light energy coming down from the top, way up high, into the top of your head and flowing through the body and out of the feet. And you can do that multiple times, just envisioning that. And it just helps to ground you in the knowing that there is something bigger going on at this time. We never will see the full picture. And it's interesting because, there's various people who say that this is just the universe expressing itself or learning about itself. We're all incarnated to have different aspects of this big universal presence as it comes to know itself as a collective. And that's kind of more like the 3D versus 5D type of thinking. And if that's the case, we'll never have the perspective in this one point in time of the entire picture. It's just not possible because there's so many different elements. And so that's where leaning into the trust and just pulling that in through the body, through the system, where that's really important. Because although you're feeling and experiencing pain or a discomfort with feeling into that trust at this time, you can still make the choice to pull that into the system. You can still make the choice to open up and expand the field into the knowing and the curiosity of knowing what is the message for you, what is the lesson for you, how this fits into future timelines for you. And it's not meant to project and take you out of that moment. It's very important to feel and process what's going on in the moment, but just grounding into that trust and that anchoring of your connection can really help to shift that present moment and bring you back into the knowing of this bigger perspective. Because it's the amount of times you're choosing that bigger perspective that is going to move the needle. Doesn't mean you can't have frustrations within that, and that sometimes you choose to just say, no, this can't be happening for me. This is happening to me. But the more you choose that bigger perspective, the easier it gets to step into that trust, and the stronger your connection becomes as well. Just something to play with, because I know for myself, the more I chose to believe that this was a bigger picture going on, and even across the multiple lives theory, that each of these lives is playing out for a specific purpose for my highest best, my growth, my development, my connection, the easier it became. I hope that helps.